Ontario, 1,000 holidays in one. A vigorous world of incredible changes. Vital, young, and friendly. And we welcome you to share with us our festivals, our culture, and all of our good times. There's so much to see, to enjoy, and to experience in Ontario, Canada. Ontario is massive, and your main impression of the province may be of space and rugged natural beauty. Everywhere there is water, fresh water, always abundant, often forming a powerful torrent. Even in the heat of summer, there's the lure of white water and the Ottawa River, a challenge that begins in early spring. Ontario is also a world of unexpected color. The first hints of winter bring a range of reds and yellows that seem too vivid to be possible. Neither are the landforms predictable. A move into Ontario's Agua Canyon is like a journey into the frontier past. The landscape is virtually untouched and ruggedly handsome. And you have time to explore. A 2-hour stopover in the heart of the canyon provides an opportunity to relax and to share your adventure with others. In every season of the year, the train makes the journey, and in winter or summer, the scenery is breathtaking. You can fly into this country and stand where no man has ever stood before, in a wilderness with little trace of human habitation, a land that's half water, famed for fighting game fish, fly-in fishing camps, housekeeping cabins and cabins on floats, cruising sailboats, gliding canoes, wild rice and wild duck. From Tobermory, a different kind of adventure, a chance to head off for Manitoulin Island, the largest freshwater island in the world. Or take a day trip on the Polar Bear Express to the end of the line, the Arctic tidewater port of Moosonee on James Bay, and historic Moose Factory. And still farther north, Polar Bear Provincial Park, 9,000 square miles, left just as it was at the beginning of time. A special permit is your passport to a world where you are expected to be completely self-sufficient. Ontario, Canada, only hours away from any point in the world. And we've made it easy to tour the province. Thousands of miles of well-maintained roads link spacious parks and attractive camping grounds, offering you the opportunity to experience all the diversity of Ontario. Everything has been planned to assist you to move freely from place to place, always with the sense of a natural, uncluttered environment. The pace of life slows, the air is pure, and all the tensions of urban life seem far, far away. In Ontario, there are dozens of choices, even the choice of relaxing and leaving the driving and the itinerary to others. And there's the chance to shop for a gift that has a special meaning. Or you may want a memento from the land itself. At Thunder Bay, an amethyst mine yields stones of unusual beauty. Sun and water. It's an unbeatable formula. Life can be easy, or it can be as active as you want to make it. From sunbathing to the excitement of flying above the lakes on a kite. All just a bus ride away in a remarkable province crammed with ideas dedicated to summer fun. Ontario. Niagara Falls, one of the natural wonders of the world. See it from the sky or from the deck of the Maid of the Mist. It's a sight you'll never forget. Nearby, Niagara-on-the-Lake is a town apparently captured in time, world-renowned for its Shaw Festival. At Stratford, another dramatist, William Shakespeare, has transformed a small community into an important center for the performance of that great writer's plays. And in Toronto, unexpectedly, the turrets of Casa Loma thrust into the air. But dominating the entire skyline is the CN Tower, the tallest freestanding structure in the entire world. Every single day could be filled with sightseeing, shopping, and dining in some of the finest restaurants anywhere. Toronto's shopping areas have a character, a scope, and a charm that is unique. Just outside the city is the Metro Zoo, large enough to permit the over 3,000 animals to live in natural environments. Nearby, at the famous McMichael Galleries, see one of the country's greatest collections of Canadian art, or catch a glimpse of the future at the Ontario Science Centre, 500 mind-boggling exhibits. And right in the center of everything, Toronto City Hall, an exciting focal point for the entire community. With the growing season, there are colorful festivals. One of the most extravagant is the Niagara Grape and Wine Festival, a highlight in the province. In the Kitchener-Waterloo area, the farmers' markets are filled with fresh flowers, fruits, and vegetables. In Ontario, our agricultural beginnings are never far away. And with the autumn, there's Oktoberfest, a great idea from old Germany, welcomed by Canadians and visitors of all backgrounds. The skies over Ontario, Canada, provide uncrowded highways into the heartland of the province. We've always been a people in love with flying, from the days of the bush pilots to the era of transatlantic charters. Every day, we welcome thousands of guests from around the globe, and our airports are modern and within minutes of the major population centers. It's the combination of the up-to-date with the traditional and the natural that makes Ontario so attractive. It's all so accessible. Even the most remote corners of the province are well served by convenient air links, perfect for float planes. A world of your own, in some cases, accessible only by air. Often, though, the sense of wilderness is softened by resort living, the opportunity to glide over the surface of freshwater lakes. You exercise a special privilege, the right to be alone, or to share your new experiences with others. But to some extent, you must see Ontario from the air to truly appreciate the scope and variety of the landforms. Ontario, constantly surprising. The province is a kaleidoscope. Look to the northwest, and you come face to face with history. At Fort William, near Thunder Bay, return to the year 1816 and the meeting place of the voyageurs, the fur traders and the gentlemen of the Northwest Company. Old songs, legends, and tall tales tell about the men whose quest for furs opened up one of the great unknown sections of the world. You can appreciate how these men lived and recognize the skill and ingenuity of the artisans who kept this isolated community alive and functioning. Well before the trappers arrived, the French Jesuits attempted to bring Christianity to the native peoples. Ste-Marie among the Hurons is a recreation of a long-vanished community. Many of the priests died violent deaths, but this 17th century setting recalls their lives and the lives of the Huron Indians. There are memories also of pioneer days when self-reliance was necessary for survival. From the age of canoes to the age of steam. In historic Kingston, the Pump House Steam Museum fills the air with whistles, whirrings, and clouds of water vapor. But if the iron horse has not been forgotten, neither is the original form of horsepower. At Upper Canada Village, the setting is authentic to the last detail. Homes, churches, mills, taverns, a bakery, they're all here, just as they would have looked 100 years ago. The Sharon Temple is another memory from pioneer times. Hamilton's Dundurn Castle recalls a more elegant past. But everywhere there is history. In Ottawa, on the banks of the Rideau, tulips, a gift from the Dutch, still bloom. Scarlet-jacketed troops drill in the traditional way, and the Peace Tower of the Houses of Parliament dominates the Ottawa sky. All our beginnings give a special meaning to the present. We have retained our history and the events that have made us what we are in Ontario. In Ontario, there's water everywhere. And the lakes and rivers are an important focus for our recreational life. It's possible to sail to almost any destination. And where rivers and lakes won't take you, canals will. There are sailboats, tour boats, power craft, houseboats, every type of craft imaginable. The summer sun beats down, and breezes flung along by the waves are welcome. It's an opportunity to be on your own, to chart your course, to deal with the wind and currents on your terms. On Lake Nipissing, the Chief Commander, too, heads out on a 6-hour cruise destined for the Upper French River. It's a journey you won't soon forget as you retrace the steps of the voyageur. In comfort they might well have envied. It's now that you realize that the men and women of Ontario are a water people, capable freshwater sailors on great inland seas. The wonderful thing about Ontario's lakes and rivers is that they provide so many miles of sandy beaches. In some places, prevailing winds have created incredible sand hills that slope down to form shallows warmed by the summer sun. You can travel through the lift locks, gliding past towns and villages with no deadlines, no pressures. Today, there are resorts that keep you happily occupied for weeks. Swimming, canoeing, sailing, water skiing, playing tennis, and hiking. There are unlimited choices, dozens of ways to have fun. For example, the Muskoka Lakes region is the site of Santa's village. The whole idea is to allow young visitors to have the time of their lives in a world designed exclusively for them. Or visit London's Storybook Gardens, an opportunity to take special snapshots to send to friends and relatives. And if all of this is possible, then why not a slice of Africa in the heart of darkest Ontario? Rockton's African Lion Safari makes this notion an exciting reality, where animals roam freely in a vast natural park. At Marineland and Game Farm, the creatures of the sea bring another dimension to the attractions within Ontario. It's all for fun in rides that take your breath away. And then in Toronto, there's the X, the Canadian National Exhibition, held in August with a dazzling array of entertainments. Near the exhibition grounds, on 3 man-made islands, is Ontario Place, perfect for a leisurely family outing, complete with music and activities for the children. It's an amazing place, this Ontario. 1,000 vacations in one. Rich in tradition, stunningly modern. A perfect setting for the time of your life. Ontario, Canada.